It's great to see you guys. For those of you who have been here for this introduction, those of you who come in, welcome. My name is Sam Palazzo. I'm the president of Phi Alpha Theta for a little while longer. We did just do our officer election, so, you know, I'll be gone soon. But I'm glad you're all here. We have a great turnout. We got a great panel of speakers today. And, you know, I've never been the best at introductions, so I suppose I'll just pass it off to Richard.
All right, thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Richard Fajardo. I spoke with you a couple times last semester. I talked about resumes and networking, and so this is a great opportunity to network with some pretty cool people in your field. And also, I'd like to introduce you to Megan D'Angelo, who is also a career coach in career success. I work more with science and research and healthcare and wellness, so she'll probably be able to help you more going forward. Pass it on to you, Meg.
Thanks for the introduction. I'm Megan D'Angelo. I am one of our newest career coaches in career success, so you'll be starting to see a lot more of me. And I also coach the career community for government, international affairs, and public policy. So if you're interested, come make an appointment with me. I'm definitely happy to chat through some of those career development goals. So we've worked together to plan this really great Life Beyond Degree event for you all tonight. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to our first speaker, Tessa Mahler.
Hi everyone, I'm Tessa Mahler. I work over in the Department of Teaching and Learning. I'm the licensure coordinator for the M.Ed program. So I'm basically just going to go over the Integrated Social Studies M.Ed program, go over the website, go over the curriculum, application, all that fun stuff, and then of course I will answer some questions for all of you. I have the Prereq Sheets, so I'm just going to give them to you guys. If you want them, you can take one and pass it down. We just got a new website and the Prereq Sheet isn't up there yet, so I wanted to give you guys at least a hard copy. Nothing has changed if you guys have looked at them, but at least you guys have access to them. So don't feel like you have to take one, but they're there. So this is the homepage for EHE, so I just want to show you how to get to the MED ISS page, again, because we do have a new website. So you will want to hover over academics and head over to under departments. You'll see teaching and learning. Is this big enough for everyone? I can zoom in. You're okay? And then you will get to the landing page of the Department of Teaching and Learning, and then you will click on Masters, and then this shows you all of the MA programs and the MED programs, and then you will just click on Integrated Social Studies, MED, and this will bring you to your home page for your ISS program. So of course it just walks you through the overall program. So if you're not familiar with the program, it is a one-year, full-time, in-person program. It starts every summer semester. You go for 3 semesters. You go for the summer, the fall, and then you graduate at the end of the spring semester. When you graduate, you'll earn your master's degree, and then you would be able to sit for your licensure exams to teach in the state of Ohio for integrated social studies, and that is grades 7 through 12. And then, again, I passed around the Prereq Sheet, and if you have it in front of you, thank you. You'll see that it lines up really, really well with Integrated Social Studies undergrad if you are pursuing that. So it just has a different combination of courses, some history courses, geography courses, economics courses, political science, psychology, sociology, and then an education prereq. Thank you. You do also have the option to complete any of those or some of those prereqs over at Columbus State if you don't have all of them done in your undergraduate time. All of the prereqs do have to be complete by the time that you start the program. They don't have to be done by the time that you apply for the program, because you apply for the program the November before you actually start. So for example, if you were looking at starting in the summer of 2023, which would be our next cohort, your application would be due this November 2022. So it does leave the spring semester to finish up any prereqs that you might have. Okay, so let's see here. This is the curriculum sheet, and it just outlines the classes that you need to take And I know we have some current M.Ed ISS students here, so they can definitely touch more on the different types of classes. But you do have some field experiences throughout your time in the program. And then in the spring semester, you will student teach full-time. So you will be in an assigned classroom, 7 through 12, in the Columbus area to complete your student teaching. And then the last thing I want to go over is just the application checklist. So these are all the items that you will need to complete in order to submit your application. Again, the November 15th deadline is a hard deadline. You'll want to make sure every single aspect of your application is submitted by that date. You'll have to have your official transcript sent over from any institution outside of OSU. If you completed all of your undergrad at OSU, you don't have to worry about anything, which is super nice. But if you did complete any coursework outside of OSU, you'll have to have your official transcript sent over. The GRE is no longer required for integrated social studies, even if you have a GPA under 3.0. That is going to be the GPA you are shooting for, because the grad school requires the 3.0 cumulative GPA, but our department no longer requires the GRE for ISS students. Statement of intent. The English proficiency test, you don't have to worry about. Statement of intent is going to be one of the most important aspects of your application. This is where you're going to explain to faculty why you want to be a part of this program, how this program can help you in your future career goals, and then any experiences that you have working with students or kids in any sort of setting. It doesn't have to be in the classroom, it doesn't have to be a formal setting. Nannying, babysitting, tutoring, coaching, music instructor, anything like that. Volunteer tutoring, any sort of experience you'll want to include in the statement of intent. Faculty definitely look for that. You'll need to submit, of course, your resume. You need 3 letters of recommendation. You need an academic one, a professional one, and then the third one can come from either or, but I always recommend that it comes from someone that has seen you interact with students or kids in some way. Prerequisite completion plan. So like I had mentioned earlier, your prereqs don't have to be done by the time that you apply for the program, just by the time you start the program. So if you have prereqs left in that spring semester, you'll just want to upload a Word document to your application laying out what classes you have left to take. ACTFL or proficiency test you also don't have to worry about. And then there are some funding opportunities. You can see the different requirements for both of them. As far as fellowship goes, you'll need to include your interest in your statement of intent with those. And then there's also scholarship opportunities through EHE, and they have their own website, and that is all hyperlinked. And this can all be found on the website. I know that was a ton of information. Does anyone have any questions?
Can we talk about if you need to petition for a class to count, the process for that?
Yes, thank you. That is a really good question. So on the prereq sheet, on the back side, you'll see like a list of classes that are the approved like electives. You'll see for like women's history, U.S. minority elective. Anytime it says elective, there's a list on the bottom that tells you what classes are acceptable and you don't have to petition. If you are taking a class or have already taken a class that you think would fit well in the women's history elective, what you would need to do is petition to faculty to have that class counted. Doesn't always happen, it does happen sometimes. So what you would need for that is just the course syllabus. You would need to send it over to me, I would send it over to faculty, and they would make their decision. If it's approved, of course it will count towards that prereq. If it is not approved, you would then have to take a prereq that is listed as an approved elective.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Do we just send you a syllabus, or is there another form that we're supposed to fill out in addition?
Just the syllabus, and let me know what class you're trying to have it count for. That's it. And my last name is Mahler, M-A-H-L-E-R, and my dot number is .44. And my first name is Tessa again, T-E-S-S-A. Any other questions?
You said your dot number was 4?
44.
44, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
If no one has any other questions, that is it for me. If you guys have other questions that you think of after, again, I know it was a lot of information, so if you're thinking about it and looking over the website, feel free to reach out to me. Kara has my email if you don't have a pen or didn't get it down. You can also just go right to our website, and you'll see like our office's email, and it'll be forwarded to me.